snowblowers and more. I know, I live in North Carolina and have a snowblower. How about that? If you've seen my very, very early videos, very early, in like 2017, you saw I got this on a trade and got it working, got it running. I've left it dry for, man, ever since 2021, I left it in the, under the house because I haven't needed it. And we might need it this weekend. We're actually potentially getting somewhere between 0 and 12 inches of snow. So we'll see if we end up working on this, well, I know I'm going to work on it to get it to run, but we're going to see if we end up having to use it. So it'll be very interesting to see. Me, old southerner here, use a snowblower, so this is going to be fun. This is just a cheapo Craftsman 3.8 horsepower 21-inch single stage with a Tecumseh on it. And we're going to see if I can get this going in this video. I may have to pull the side jet on the carburetor out because I do know that it would run fine, and then you would have to run it on choke for it to run after that, whenever I park it last. So nothing really in the gas tank, which is good. It just smells like a little varnish, but I know I ran the tank dry and the oil is full. So what I'm going to do to start here, throw a little bit of gas in it to see if this thing kicks off. And if we've got to, I'll pull this piece off right here and we'll clean out some carburetor stuff. So yeah. So we'll see if we end up using this, and if we do, then you'll see this video, and you'll also watch me use it, because I'm not very well versed in snow blowing down here in North Carolina, but it's going to be nice to have one if we get what they're calling for. Alright y'all, first order of business, we're going to see if it starts. Put a little bit of gas in it right here, and just throw the choke on. I know I put a carb bowl in it, or at least a bowl gasket in it at some point at one time. And I think I may have changed the jet out on it, maybe. But yeah, so let's see. Full throttle. No, this is power on, power off. Pretty close to the muffler there, which is interesting. Pulled the choke. We're going to prime this thing up and see if she starts. Give it a lot of prime. Alright, we'll pull it. We don't have to pull this, so that's good. Of the snow, all that good stuff, and well, we'll start back without any choke. Awesome. Gotta love it when it starts on the first pull after it hasn't been pulled out in 5 years. That's what's good about keeping things dry, I suppose. I'm gonna put it outside. I'm gonna run it for a little bit. It's like 25 degrees outside today, or well, maybe close to 30 now. It's been like that all week, so I'm gonna let it run, do a little bit of things. We'll revisit it if we have to in terms of like cleaning the carb out, but it sounds like it's running good. And I may have resolved that issue a few years ago. I can't remember if I did or not. And then Northerners, let me know how my paddles look. I have no clue. They look like they're alright, but we'll test it out here. I mean, what is this? Maybe about 6 or 7 inches tall, so as long as we have 6 inches or less, or if I can keep on top of it, then we'll be good in terms of hopefully clearing the snow out. But then I got my chute here. We'll just throw the snow wherever it decides it wants to go, and I guess we'll be in good shape. So we'll see if the snowstorm materializes into anything that's worth even breaking this out for. And if so, then we will. Alright guys, so totally untouched so far. We ended up lucking out in a couple of ways. This is nice. This is probably about 4 to 5 inches of snow. And very, very cool. We don't get snow like this in North Carolina. It's mostly ice, or it gets compacted with sleet. So this is going to be hopefully perfect for this little snowblower here that we got out the other day. But yeah, let's see. Do a quick walk around here. I want to take some pictures of everything before I start going to town anyways. But yeah, so nice 4 inches or so probably. And it's the good stuff. So there'll be a lot of people out sledding and stuff here before long, I'm sure. But very pretty on the house and all of that good stuff. So we might walk down here, see it. Got some cat paw prints in the snow already, but I'm trying to stay off the driveway because I don't want to compact it down. Got more stuff on the trees this snowstorm than we did in the last weekends, and you can see it's just the fresh powdery stuff. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. So looks like we've had some deer roam across already overnight, and very pretty. So I'm gonna get the snowblower out, and we're just gonna start going to town on this. So before the sun really comes up and starts, I mean, it's only gonna be 20, I don't know, 25 today or something like that, but that's still enough to start compacting this stuff. So let me show you what it's gonna. Let me go ahead and get everything geared up, and we're gonna go to town on this thing. And just to give you an idea, I live on a main road in town too, and you can see, even though the plows maybe come through a couple times, again, we're not built like the northern states. We don't have plows at the ready for all the stuff. But main street in town here, about 11,000 people. Still looks like this after 6 hours after the storm. By the end of the day today, probably going to look a lot better. But yeah, you can see not a lot of plows going on. But what I think I'm going to do, as long as the plows don't come, is I think I can still just blow all this out of the way without even, and not have to shovel it. So we'll see what we end up having to do. But yeah, very pretty. There's the neighbor's house over there, and there's the house down the neighborhood a little bit right there. But very nice. Very, very nice. Just doing it recorded for me, but also for y'all, because y'all get to see this a lot in terms of the house and the property. I might go to the back as well when we get, I want to get the front of the driveway cleaned off first, because that's where the sun's going to be exposed. Alright guys, I'm going to put y'all right here for right now. I'm going to do a quick test path. Just run a minute or two here, make sure this is going to be effective before I fill her up and just go to town. So, and don't laugh at me, because I don't know how to blow snow like y'all do up north. So let's see here. Oh, we're going to be in business. Here we go. gonna be in business. All right. I'm gonna let y'all watch me. Well, let y'all watch me do this a little bit more. Maybe throw y'all on some time lapse or something. I'm gonna go ahead and fill her up because I know this is gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we're just gonna go to town on this driveway. We'll see how long this footage will last. Man, we should have this thing knocked out in probably about an hour. This is gonna be great. All right, we're filled up, so we're gonna go to town. Well, I'd say that's pretty darn good if I were to say so. Look at there. So there's the difference. Like I said, we got about 4 inches. That's probably perfect for this little cheapo Craftsman single stage snowblower. And I'm going to keep on cruising on. That's 12 minutes worth. Basically clear my driveway and the road out there in 12 minutes. Whatever I can do remaining is probably just going to be leaf blower. And should be able to blow the rest of it off most of the way. So I'm going to work on that. If I can get it most of the way off, the sun's going to do its work and probably melt the rest of it. So I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've ever used a snowblower for its proper purpose, and it is really, really nice. Very, very nice. As you can see, I've got quite a ways to go because my driveway is easily a couple hundred feet long down there to the garage. So I'm going to continue to go to town on this thing. All right, y'all, so here it is, all blown off. It did a really good job. You can see, you know, about 4 inches of snow here. Maybe just a tiny bit less. We actually ended up getting a lot less than what most people had in this area because we got caught in a dry slot. Pretty much everybody to the east of us, maybe 50 miles east and 50 miles west of us,
got close to a foot. So we were right in the middle. Our snow didn't start for hours later than the other folks. So they're digging out a lot more than I did. This is nothing though. It's what, an hour and a half maybe to do all this. And what's going to happen is I've got it down low enough, you can already see in the back where we've received a little bit more sun here, that the sun is already going to work on this. So we've got all day, we've got another 6 or 7 hours of daylight. I may grab the tape measure just to see what the totals were here in an area where I didn't shovel the ice last week, because I still had a bunch of ice buildup in a bunch of areas. So like I said, look at this. This is within 30 minutes. We've gone from, I haven't done 30 minutes, and we've gone from what started about like that after I blew it, or about like this. The sun's worked on it and it's already melted it off. This is going to be some fast melting snow, but needed to get on it today because it will get extremely cold tonight, and the sun is going to work on it, compact it down, get it hard, and whatever doesn't melt today, because it's only going to be 20 some degrees, it's not going to be above freezing at all, even though it feels warm out here now compared to what it's been. It's gonna just refreeze and turn back to ice. So yep. So hopefully they get the roads clear off today. Currently my driveway is looking better than the roads. It's very unusual. But move the truck and leave that right there for a little while. Let the sun do its work in this general area. Move my wife's car back up here and all that good stuff later this afternoon, and we'll be in business. I just got to do a little bit more. She ended up coming out and doing some of the leaf blowing. I just got to finish where I messed up her work. But she blew the cars off while I was doing the snowblower, and blew the truck off, and so that's good. And yeah, so let's see what the sun does work-wise. This stuff might be gone within, I don't know, 3 hours or so. The front drive might take a little bit longer because I guess I got on it earlier and it didn't quite get down as far with the paddles. But I'll tell you what, the snowblower did awesome. Y'all saw how well it did. And this right here, it'll do some work on this because there's not much of a layer of snow here still. I could make one more pass, but I don't want to eat up my paddles too bad because I think my poor paddles have about had it as it is. So let me show y'all. I think I got the snowblower around the corner here. Or where did I put it? This is the second time I lost my snowblower today. It's down here. Alright, we'll walk back down here one more time. You can see even the amount of time I've took to record this video since I started this clip, how much it's already started to melt off. But yep. So you can see the paddles. They kind of leave a little bit to be desired, but they work just fine, and did the job exactly that it needed to do around here for today. So we'll let it do its thing. We'll see what it looks like at the end of the day compared to, say, an area like the stairs and stuff that I haven't worked on, like the basement stairs and the sidewalk. So we shall see. This is a very pleasant surprise. First time I've ever used a snowblower for its actual purpose. So thumbs up. Sometimes you need them in the South, and today was a day that that they were needed. So I'm very happy with it. Alright, so figured I'd get a somewhat official estimate here. If we go on the sidewalk, what we got? Maybe 3? Looks like 2 right there. We are under trees a little bit here, so here's a little bit of a thicker area that may have not gotten impacted by trees as much. And if we look here, I don't know. I think it's fair to say we probably got 3 inches overall. Somewhere between 2 and 3. maybe just a tad bit more. Since I'm fully enclosed in trees, we may have had close to 4, but I think 3 is a safe number. And like I said, nowhere near what the rest of the area got. So good news is, like I said, sun's going to be out all day. Got most of the snow off of the driveway already, and we should be in good shape for just this little thin layer to start melting. As you can see, it's already kind of coming off the truck here, even though it is only 20 degrees. And this right here actually is residual from last week's ice storm. I never had to drive the truck this week, so never fully cleaned it off, so I might do that today. That way I don't have to worry about it. But we should get in the 40s coming up. So yeah. So we'll let the sun do its magic on working on this, and we should have a clear driveway by the end of the day. Well, I'll tell you what, it's about an hour from sundown, maybe a little less. I wanted to get out here and film everything before all that happened, and look at the difference that it makes. So if you look over there at my neighbors over there, where those trash cans are, you can see that that's what my driveway would still look like if I didn't do anything. And then across kind of where the car is right there, you can kind of see everything's still covered over there. And with it being as cold as it's going to be tonight, everything's just going to turn to ice. So this is basically clean and dry at this point. They've got the roads clear as well. My driveway was actually clear before the roads were. The city, I guess the city is responsible, or the state is not responsible for this. But if you go down there to where the stop sign is, around the corner right there, there's a stoplight right there, and they stop. The state plows this road and this road, but they don't plow this road or this road until they have all of their other routes cleared. So the city's kind of been lacking on snow pickup, but it's okay. Oh, my neighbor's got a snowman over there. They did a good job. I've just kind of been in the cold weather all week, so I didn't really feel like coming out and sledding or building a snowman this time. But this is actually remnants from last week's storm still here. That's why it's still so thick. And that'll probably be all melted by today's Sunday, so we'll say Tuesday it'll be all melted. But driveway's open, that way I can be open tomorrow. And we'll walk down here. I'll show you what I do during these winter storms. So I put the snowblower on the patio here, and then I moved my truck over here. And this is the only area I can't really get very clear right now. So this may be a little treacherous tomorrow, but worst case I can just hold on to the handrail and be careful. But I'll go ahead and move my wife's car back up here tonight. Didn't even have to move my van, just bunched up a lot of the snow and ice. This is mostly the ice from last week still, and then just kind of bunched up on this side of the van, and more ice piles over there. They'll be there most of the week, but main stuff is clear, like I said, and we'll be in business tomorrow from whatever I can pull out of tents and stuff that I can fix. That's what I'm going to try and do. I might get that Hustler Zero turned down in there. I made one quick pass on this side, but I think it's still mostly ice covered because I never got that part. But good news is everything's dry down here all the way down now, which means I can pull things out and do everything I need to travel-wise. And this piece, I did the snowblower run on it, but I didn't get the ice off last week. So it just shows you how relentless this ice has been. And the snow has just kind of been a breeze compared to that. So snowblower did awesome. I had, what do I want to say, I cleared all this in less than 2 hours, which is less than half the time that it took me to clear that ice off the other day. And just got on it early and got it done and let the sun do its thing. And you can see, all y'all northerners know, that's the way to go, I suppose, and that's what I've learned. So get it before the sun gets it and before the end of the day happens and it starts to refreeze back. And the snowblower did a wonderful job. Alright guys, so there we go. Winter storm, winter storms in 2 weeks, I guess you could say. And both of them very, very different. This is one of those, they always say it's hard to get snow in central North Carolina. And this is one that we don't get very often, I'll say that much. So it's been very nice to have this actual snow. This is the pretty snow that doesn't cause a lot of travel problems after the snowstorm is over. The ice we've had the last weekend has lingered all week. You can see it in the previous clip that I had of all the areas that I didn't get shoveled the day after that ice storm. And I know a lot of people had trouble driving, still are having trouble getting out of their driveways and stuff because of how packed that ice is. So hopefully after tomorrow and Tuesday with some sun and some highs around 40 finally. Today didn't even get above freezing around here. I don't know if we've even been above freezing hardly at all for 8 or 10 days. I mean, if we've gotten above freezing, it's been to like 34, 35. I don't even think we've cracked 40, which is very unusual for this area. So, but yeah, it should be a good, hopefully we're not going to get any more snow anytime soon. I can get back out in the garage and start getting stuff ready again, and get back to servicing mowers and stuff and doing house calls and things along those lines. Because when it's this cold and this snowy, it just makes everything a little bit more difficult to get done and take care of. I haven't even done a round of mobile repairs aside from the generator run this year, actually. So aside from maybe the first week in January when we had some decently warm temperatures. But yeah, so there'll be more content to come. I know it's been a lot of vlogs lately. This time of year is just not really a lot going on or worth justifying or working on. So justifying making a video working on. But yeah, we got quite a bit of stuff. We got a whole month to get ready, get more stuff ready, and not really have a lot of stuff to get serviced before the spring rush really starts kicking in. Probably second, third week in March, and then we really get going toward the end of April. So stay tuned for that. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this difference in videos just for a small amount of time, and got to enjoy me using a snowblower out here. I've had that snowblower ever since I got it on trade in 2017. I'll link the videos down to that below. One of my first years on YouTube, my first year on YouTube. And tried to use it in 2018, but with the way that my job was, I was essential personnel, working 12 on, 12 off, staying in a hotel when we had our last big snow. And last year we had, I think, 4 inches of snow, and we were in Europe. So it ended up working out. I didn't even have to break it out last year. And then I think I last started it in 2021 because I think we were going to have a storm and it didn't materialize, or that might have been the one that turned into an ice storm. I can't remember the whole deal. But yeah, y'all got to see me use a snowblower. Probably the envy of the neighborhood because I'm about the only one that has a clear driveway. And, had to get on it early because, you know, come about 10, 11 o'clock, sun starts getting it, starts hardening it and packing it down a little bit. And you have a lot harder time getting it cleared off. So, got it cleared off today. The stuff should dry out overnight, hopefully. Little small icy spots will be gone tomorrow, and everything will be good again. I just got to dig some mowers out of the snow this week and check on them and make sure they're all going to, you know, work, and pull some projects out. Hopefully get some stuff running again here pretty soon. So thank y'all again very much. I really do appreciate y'all watching, sticking with me on the channel here, and we'll get back to some repairs soon, and I'll catch y'all then.